have an after video today for a machine that really does beat as it sweeps, as it cleans, although I think when this was new that wasn't its moniker. It makes rugs last longer. What is it? Well, it's the 725. Let's have a look and see how it turned out. Yes, hello my vacuum cleaner chums, how are you today? Very excited about this, partly on a personal level, partly just because it turned out really well. This is the first of the Manchester vacuums that I am apparently refurbishing. It's taken a little while, it's been about a month and a half, 2 months now, but for quite good reasons. This is what it looks like now. Let me move out the way to give it centre stage. Yes, it has been fully polished by the excellent Mr. Hoover, as you saw when I briefly unboxed the metalwork as it came back. The bag has been ironed and fitted with the new bag strap. I shall show you that and my workaround for that. It's got a better cable on it and it basically works really well. We've also got, donated by Mr. Hoover himself, a tool adapter. No tools, but the adapter, so we can have some fun with that as well. So let me come a bit closer and we'll show you the machine. I'm not going to stop stroking it, you know. It's very shiny. Right, so here we go. Start with, the handle bail doesn't bind up anymore. Now it's been cleaned and oiled. It is very nice, and the whole machine is so shiny. It is rather pretty to behold. Considering this machine is from the early 30s. Yes indeed, it has had a full internal rewire as well. The cables that run through this spring, which goes from the motor to the bottom of the handle bail, were, I forgot to bring them with me actually, awfully perished. Literally there were big chunks of bare wire visible all over them. I'll show you pictures of them on the refurb thread. Also the wire that runs down the handle was similarly quite dangerous, so if I picked it up from here I probably would have died, but that's the risk you take with old appliances in general really, not just vacuum cleaners. If we look underneath, it's just been cleaned up really. We can't, this bit wasn't ever polished anyway, so there's a bit of wax there, so you can't really do too much about that. But the wheels have been oiled, so it's not going to squeak. The brush roll was in incredibly good condition anyway, so that's got new brush roll bearings in and has just been washed really. Right, take that out. The fan is excellent. It hasn't really needed much more, just a good clean and grease up really, because it did run okay to start with. The more astute of you may have noticed this white thing poking out. I'm not going to mess around with it too much for now, but that is a SIBO bag that goes up to about there. So this machine has been HEPAfied. I'm not going to open it now. It is brand new. All I've done is turn it on really when I finish refurbishing it. So after this video we can have a look at the state of the bag. Moving on up, I have found a very nice vintage MK plug that's come up fairly well. It's not actually as nice as I would have hoped it could be, but once it's plugged in it'll be okay, and it matches the machine well. This very modern 3-core cable also matches the machine very well and has the added benefit of again not being perished, so that's a worthy upgrade to any old machine really that you can get away with it. I've just dropped a plug on my mum's Wii board. Yes, black, obviously if it's white you need white cable, if it's coloured, good luck with that, but black, you can get away with black. So this is the bag strap. Now in these old machines there is a big spring that runs probably to about there-ish, and that is for the automatic bag holder. Now the way these work is, when the bag gets full, it can drop down to a certain point. They won't go too far. Obviously, you're supposed to empty these after every use. The bag says so. But I've just pulled the knot on there. That's why that went down a bit. Do a better knot. And it should sit there with a clip. Now, I don't have that clip. I have no idea what that clip should be. Or anything, really. So, in order to not... I mean, I could have crimped it on, you know, and made it permanent. But I didn't quite fancy doing that, because should a correctish or a clip that would work, come on, be found, it can be fitted, because obviously you would crimp that around the clip and put a nice clamp in there. I got some from my local shoe shop. That's how it's attached to the spring. But because I didn't want to ruin it, I will say ruin it, yeah, because I didn't want to do anything permanent, all I've done is just tied this, it's shoelace actually, I didn't have any black. I sort of wish maybe I should have found a black one, but you know, so it can be removed quite easily, but also does its job. So yeah, that's that. The bag itself, there are a few little holes and repairs to it, which is all part there. That's easy to flip round. Which is part of the reason it's got the SEMO bag in it. And because these old bags, we'd have to spend half an hour cleaning it all out afterwards. Much, much better to do it this way. Bag clip is as it was, just cleaned up, because this whole machine has, the handle's just been polished. Haven't repainted it, because it's just at that nice patina stage. It's just worn enough to make it look like it's been used, but it's not completely trashed. So I thought I would leave it to it, really. And finally, up to the main handle itself, which is started to wear. I think the rubber's, it's not breaking down, but it's obviously got a bit old, but it's still perfectly fine. There's a few of the edge bits of the switch cover as well. I think the switch is a little bit iffy, as they all do, sadly. There's no real fix for that, short of getting a new switch, which is more difficult than you would think. But the whole thing works rather well. There's some more, it's like it's been lent up against something hot. But again, you can't take these off. Even the official service manual says get a whole new handle. And I'd imagine, because obviously there's a big hole there with the switch, so it's basically as good as it's going to get without going the wrong way about the restoration, really. So there we go. It looks amazing, but does it work? Well, I think I may as well leave you set up there. These lights are blinding my face. I might have to adjust the height of this machine, because obviously it's not an automatic head, so we will have to do some twiddling. But hang on, the plug is not on. I don't know if it's on or off. It is so good, it's given the uneven floorboards underneath a bit of hammer. Let's get up a bit closer. I don't know how apparent that was, but it really does pull the carpet up into the camera. Now, while you're at this good little angle, I have my trusted bag of stale Rice Krispies. And we're going to see if we can find some agitation, because I'm sure it's got lots, but this carpet is quite clean. I'm not throwing down a whole massive bag of actual mess, because that would be not very nice on the floor or something. So let's just see what it does with Rice Krispies. Utterly fantastic, I'm sure you'll agree. Let's just get some more general vacuuming shots. I just love the way that the bag just collapses right at the end, and even with this SEMO bag fitted, if I just squash the bag up, look at how well it inflates. Very nicely indeed. Right, I think we should have a quick look at the tool suction. Now, to fit the adapter for suction mode anyway, we need to tip the machine over and open the belt cover. Then the actual belt itself needs to come off, and then get this the right way around. That's the same notch in the same place as the notch on there. So all you have to do is brace that up against there, pull the latch back, I think, there we go. It's not actually got a seal on it, so I think it's probably going to lose a little bit of suction, but those two bits there brace up against the base plate. That bit goes in there, and it is fitted. Now, in terms of a hose, obviously I don't have any tools for this. All Dorian very kindly gave was the adapter, but I found that this Hoover Turbomaster hose does fit into the adapter. So in theory, we can test the suction. And because there's no brush roll, it's almost like it's a 2-speed switch. It can turn a lot quicker. So, because it's not got the drag of the belt. So that's quite good. Now I've got some more stale breakfast cereal here. If I just lower you down a bit, zoom you in a bit, we shall see just how okay, because it's not going to be good. This is only a 290 watt machine. it is more than adequate. I mean, okay, this is the wrong way round for the hose because it's the only way it fits, but that's not bad. Plus, because this is a modern plastic hose, we don't have to worry about air leakage from, say, a cloth hose. So there we go. The other thing that you can do with this is take it off. I won't refit the belt just yet. I will refit the belt cover though. Is if we take the bag off by undoing the two nuts, probably going to lose quite a few Rice Krispies here. So prepare yourself for a little bit of mess. Gosh, yes. You can see there how the bag fits on, so we'll put that safely over there. All of this is full of ground up. Oh, sorry, the bag slide's still attached to the machine. Shh, we're filming. This then attaches to the back of the machine and works as a blower, which is quite cool. So again, if I put this on there, that's an incredibly powerful blower. Incredibly powerful indeed. So yes. Now if we take this bag out, because it's now so full of Rice Krispies that it's not really fit to use for anything else, I might try and put it back in just to... But no, I'm probably not going to, because this is all going to get caught up in the fan, we might have to quickly get something else just to vacuum that off. But yeah, that's not too bad. Really, I shall pop that to one side. I've got bits all over this now. I ironed this bag. It was quite good. We can do a quick... Right, let's clear up quickly. Then we shall say goodbye to this Hoover. This modern Miele might have more suction, but it's not quite as fun to use. Let me just pop this behind here out the way, tidy that up in a minute, and we can wrap the cable up on this vacuum and say goodbye. This is the oldest electric suction vacuum cleaner. Use the word electric there, that I've ever had pass through my hands. Obviously the 875 and the 825 that I have are newer. So it's been an absolute treat. It's been lovely to see how Dorian has pulled up the metalwork on this. And in fact, if you subscribe to his channel, because I'm not entirely sure when he's going to be doing it, because he does a video a day, which is rather exciting, he did film this being polished. So hopefully, subscribe, because I don't know when it will come up, so you have to sort of wait for it to pop up. You will see him bring this back from what it was to what it is now. I'm going to leave the bag off because, look, empty after each use, and as you can see, it is still as nice as the day that I washed it. I did flip an iron it, but that's gone now. So this is going to have to sort of... I won't put it back on because it all needs to be boxed up now. And of course, we'll put that there. I won't give him the hose because he'll have a hose that fits somewhere. And yes, the Hoover... You can't date these. All I can see is 725-8H06804. Well, you could date it actually because the old service manuals had the 1,000 bands from when it was done, but I've not found one of those or know anybody with one, so I can't roughly date it, I'm afraid. The back says nothing, that's just got the ratings and the wattage, the motor number, because obviously the way Hoover used to work, the motors have their own serial number. In fact, what it also shows is the beautiful old Hoover logo. This is the old logo that Hoover used to have before they switched to the familiar H, Hoover Limited, by appointment. On the front, this should be orange, but it's not and never will be. The Hoover, an Empire product. Oh, it does have it beats as it sweeps as it cleans. So underneath, which is upside down from this angle, hang on, this is heavy to lump around. The Hoover makes rugs last longer, so it will make rugs last longer for another 80 odd years, hopefully. You can see all the schmutz. That's the sealant for when I sealed the motor back down, that's fine, but yeah, it's fine. This is now ready to take pride of place in a certain Manchester shop who I'm hoping will do some videos on it and compare it to some much more modern machinery and see how it copes. But from my side, from this project, it is done. I can get the refurb thread written up, and I will see you very soon. Thank you very much for watching. So please subscribe to Mr. Hooverlux for when he puts up his polishing video, because I can't wait for that. I've seen a little 30-second snippet of it and it looks incredible. I wish I could machine polish, but the fact that I can post it away and have it coming back like this by a man who knows what he's doing, because he collects Kirby's and has done for some time, there's just no point in me even bothering. So yes, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.